Hi, everyone. Thank you for ordering this week from Curated by Becta, and thanks for letting us be a part of a special Easter celebration for you at home. We've got a really terrific meal for you tonight, 2 hot courses, which is unusual. We've got a beautiful halloumi appetizer and then gorgeous braised beef short ribs without all of the hard work on your part. So why don't we go ahead and get started? So I'm going to do both the appetizer and the main course together just to save time on the video. But I would highly encourage you to do it one at a time and be able to enjoy the appetizer then the main course. So the halloumi, just straight up as is on a baking sheet with parchment paper. You've got your oven preheated to 400 degrees. Let me put it down so I don't burn the parchment paper. And hey, Google, set a timer for 5 minutes. That's just because I'm going to add the carrots to this for the last 10 minutes of the halloumi. So we've got a little bit of grapeseed oil. You can use any neutral oil, canola oil, vegetable oil, a little salt and pepper. Give them a toss. They've already been blanched, but we want to just get a little bit of salt and pepper and oil on there. And then when the buzzer goes, then that's when we add the carrots to the halloumi. Now we're going to preheat our pan. In my case, I love using a cast iron pan for searing things and things like braised short ribs. Now I want to make sure I get this right. And we're going to sear the beef and we're going to preheat the pan to one medium heavy bottom pan to medium heat and one oven safe heavy bottom pan to high heat. So that's going to be the high heat one. And there we go. I actually don't think that we need another pan. I've got 2 pots. So I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of grapeseed oil in the pan, and we're going to get it up to high heat, and we're going to turn on the hood fan so that we don't smoke the place out. And I'm going to turn on my puree, and I'm going to put it on sort of medium low that I can bubble away while it's doing its thing throughout. And I also want to get my sauce going on. My burner is a little finicky, so I might have to use a barbecue lighter on this one, just like the chefs in the restaurant do. And I'm going to turn that down to low. Get my sauce in there. Our grainy mustard Dijon mix, which is basically gelatin at this point, which is a good thing. That means it's got all of the lovely beef marrow in there. All right. Make sure to get all of that in. All right. Okay, let's see. What is next? Oh, yeah, I need to salt and pepper our beef. So there's going to be basically 2 flat sections for your beef. And that's where you're going to want to salt and pepper them. You can do it all over, in fact. I think that's what the chef says in here. So just give it a spin. Make sure to get a good amount of salt and pepper on those, on all the sides. Seasoning is key. All right. Now, when the oil gets nice and hot, I want to have some tongs at the ready to be able to turn that over. You know what? It's going to need a slightly bigger tong. I'll get that at the ready. Okay. So we're looking for 45 seconds on each side of the beef, and that's when we're going to turn the heat to low and add our butter. 1 tablespoon per person on that because we need to butter bathe it. Okay. That's going on, that's going on, that's going on. I guess I can start adding our dressing to our salad. Now, your fennel is going to probably be coming in a cryovac bag, so open it up and then toss it with radicchio. I love using the containers that it came with, so you don't have to do any dishes for your salad mixture. Now, add salt and pepper to taste on this. Sometimes you want a little more salt and pepper, but there is some in the dressing. But I always like to add a little bit more. And I'm going to give that a much better stir in just a second, but I want to get my beef going on because the pan is probably hot. Here's a little hack, little secret if you didn't know. Just put a little water on your fingers, and as soon as it starts to pop, you know it's ready. So we're going to do about 45 seconds on each side. Let's have a sip of wine in the meantime. So I'm recording this meal kit video about 2 weeks before Easter. And so, of course, I forgot to tell Jordan, our wine director, when I was recording the video. So I don't have pictures of the wines tonight. So I'm going to have a different picture of the wines on our website for those of you who have ordered. Hey, Google, off. Hey, Google, set a timer for 10 minutes. All right, so halloumi's there. The carrots are going on. Short ribs have got a nice crust to them. About 45 seconds on that side. And then we are going to turn the heat down and start the butter bathing process. The thing about cast iron, if you're not familiar, is that it really retains heat. So I'm going to turn the heat down now to make sure that I'm not burning the short ribs because it's got so much heat in the pan already. Another good reason for dressing your salad early is that it'll start to break down the radicchio, which has got some bitterness. And we're going to plate that up with the halloumi in a little bit. So I need to just pay attention to be able to flip the halloumi after the first 10 minutes. So the short rib is probably ready to go. So 2 tablespoons in the pan. Get a big spoon, let it melt down. So you can stir it around the pan. And then just sort of dip it down on an angle like this. And this goes for any steak, any chicken breast, really. If you want to do a little butter bathing to give it a more luxurious feel, go for it. If you want to turn it over and do it on the other side too, you can do that too. And the butter caramelizes, turns into a brown butter in the pan, and it gives such a nice flavor and texture. Hey, Google, set another timer for 10 minutes. We've done most of the hard work at this point. Let's get our puree going on. We could probably go up 1 degree. See how our jus is doing. Great. We want to add our peas, by the way. Give it a little taste of spring. Add the peas about 3 minutes out so that they warm up. But really, they don't need much in the way of cooking at this point. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and start plating our dessert? So the thing I've done is I've left the creme anglaise in the fridge. You want to leave that. This is a passion fruit creme anglaise, so it's got some passion fruit seeds in there. And because my wife and I do not, our son is still at school, so my wife and I do not eat a lot of dessert, so we're splitting one. So we've got the pineapple maple pound cake, and we've got our coconut and white chocolate crumble, and then we've got the creme anglaise. So anglaise on the top of the cake. I'm going to do about half so you can see. And then the crumble. You may need to crumble it a little bit. And yeah, I would recommend leaving a little bit of the anglaise off so you can see some of the pineapple chunks in there. But there we go. There is dessert. Nice and easy. How easy is that? All right, now it's time, I'm sure, to flip the halloumi. You want it looking a little bit like a grilled cheese sandwich. There we go. Spread out the carrots a little bit. They shorted us a little bit on the carrots today by accident. They only put a portion for one in instead of a portion for two, but you'll get 2 portions, I promise. So once the halloumi's out, then it can go down and the salad will go on top of it. So our parsnip puree is going to be there, and I want to make sure I get this right. So the pickled pearl onions are going with the main course. So I'm going to put it over there, and the pickled pomegranate seeds are going to be with the radicchio and fennel salad and the halloumi. Do I need this? Probably not, but it's good to know. The wines, by the way, are terrific. If you've ordered them, you're going to really like them. 2 of our favorite stars from Niagara. So we have a Drea Sauvignon Blanc. This is some of the oldest Sauvignon Blanc wines in Niagara, and it's just this wonderful, intense, beautiful, citrusy thing. It's got some unctuousness to go with the halloumi, and that citrusy to balance out the bitterness of the fennel and the radicchio. And then for the main course, tiny little boutique producer, Quailus Cabernet Franc from Niagara, but done more in the Loire Valley style. So lighter and fresher and just terrific. You're going to enjoy both of them very much. Okay. So the short ribs going to be still a few more minutes. Hey, Google, how much time's left on the timer?
You have 2 timers. The 10-minute timer is running with 4 minutes and 1 second left, and the 10-minute timer is running with 6 minutes and 8 seconds.
There we go. So we've got a little time to wait. So I might just pause this and pick it up in a second when things are ready to be plated. And we're back. So by the magic television, our halloumi is ready to go. So get a nice big spatula. Put that down. Your halloumi slices might be a little bit smaller than this. This is a lot of cheese. And the carrots are just going to go back in to stay warm while the beef is finishing off. So again, our radicchio and fennel, make sure to give it a good stir. Try to alternate the colors as much as you can. I always know which one is going to be the Photoshop. And it's usually the one that I give to my wife. And then we've got the pickled pomegranates. Drain the juice so you don't do what I did and get juice on your hands. Hey, Google, off. That's looking very good. So there is our baked halloumi with the pomegranate and radicchio and fennel salad with the fig and basil vinaigrette. Get our main course ready to go. First thing we're going to do is throw the peas in there. Just warm them up. Nice hint of spring. So try to do the puree off center as it says in the instructions. I really like these coupe dishes. They provide a really nice sort of rim to things for saucy dishes like this. And the next is going to be our carrots. And the bulk of them are going to go on one dish because they only did the one portion. By the way, if we ever short you a portion or something, please reach out and let us know because that's not on. You need to have all your carrots. I'm going to share with my wife afterwards. Just going to turn up the heat on that, make sure the peas are nice and warm. And then our short ribs, hey Google, off. Timing is perfect. There we go. Very key to take that lovely, delicious brown butter. You don't have to use it all because it's pretty rich, but a little bit is nice. And then our sauce, grainy mustard with peas. All around. And a good looking dish. At least the one with the carrots. And then the pickled pearl onions. Just dop it all around. Again, good to drain the liquid so you don't do what I did and pour the liquid on your hands. Move that one guy over there. Clean up the rim. And there you go, your beautiful braised beef short rib with the grainy mustard and pea sauce, roasted rainbow carrots, the parsnip puree, and the pickled onions. Again, thanks for ordering. Thanks for letting us be a part of your Easter celebration. And I hope we get to cook and curate for you again really soon. And also, please come and visit us at the restaurants. Becta's now open lunch Monday through Friday, happy hour Monday through Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. Some great drink and food specials. We've got dinner 6 nights a week, Monday through Saturday, and then Gezellig 7 days, 7 nights a week. We'd love to see you. And thanks again. Happy Easter.